Shalom, shalom, mishpocha. Welcome to another edition of Ray Bash's Ramblings. Today I want to talk to you about the topic of gestation. Gestation. All of us has gone through it at least once in our life, but I bet you none of us, or hardly any of us, remember the time of the 9 months that we spent in the womb. But if we did, I wonder if, maybe we actually twiddled our thumbs, or maybe we got a little bored waiting in that warm and wet waiting room called the womb. Did we, get angry and frustrated, because we felt claustrophobic and we felt that we were ready to break out and ready to go on with things? I don't know. It's anybody's guess. But in life, sometimes we go through several periods of gestation in our life when God is trying to birth something in us. And, I know through experience that this can be a very impatient kind of process. Especially with me and my generation. I was born in the 20th century in the materialistic Western world where all the amenities and every need was right at my fingertips, and I can almost have it just instantly. And I rarely had to wait for anything in life. And I'm definitely not as patient as my predecessors, who had to go through things such as the Depression and things such as this. I don't really know what it means to wait very much for things, but God is teaching me, and God is teaching many of us, because there's many things that we have to wait on, many things that are happening in our lives that we have to wait for the birthing process. And the last 6 years or so have been very rough for me and my wife, because we felt like we've been stuck in one place. That moving is such a laborious effort that we, it's a struggle to take the next step. And even when we take the next step, it seems like constant things are happening to set us back. And it could be very frustrating. And, kind of like in a race, I'm running as fast as I can, doing the best I can, and I see other runners streaking past me and them reaching their finish line, and I'm thinking, God, what's the deal? What's going on? How come they're moving and they're moving up, and I'm seeing them be successful, and I'm not? What's up with me? What's wrong with me? And then I began to watch these people who seemingly crossed the finish line before I did, and I noticed something. I noticed that their ignorance became their prison cell. They became trapped in their own ignorance because they weren't really ready to finish the race. I seen that that like a shooting star, they streak, and they're big, bright, shining just for mere seconds, and then they're extinguished and gone and forgotten. Their success is very short-lived. And then God started bringing cliches into my mind, like Rome wasn't built in a day. Good things come to those who wait. Anything worth having is worth waiting for. Slow and steady wins the race. And then God started bringing scriptural examples to my mind that backed up these old adages. I was thinking of Noah, how for hundreds of years he worked hard with hard labor, and on top of that, persecution and ridicule to build the ark. But yet, we're here today, we can see that it was well worth it and it paid off. I think of Avraham, who was over 90 years old when God finally came through with his promise to a son for Avraham. He had to wait. I think of Moshe, who suffered exile from his people, and he was on the run like a fugitive. And he was 80 years old before he started his ministry as the deliverer of the children of Israel from Egyptian bondage. I mean, think of that, 80 years. So 6 years or so that I'm struggling with is nothing compared to what those righteous men endured. And so once I resigned myself to God's timetable and God's training, and I stopped grabbing on God's coattail like a little kid, saying, "Come on, Daddy, hurry up, come on, Daddy, let's go, I'm ready, I'm tired of waiting, come on, Daddy, let's go." And God wouldn't budge, God wouldn't move. And once I resigned myself to go on God's timetable and God's training, I started to see things happening. Hey, I'm gestating. I'm gestating. I'm still in the womb. I'm still not ready to be broken out yet. I'm still not ready to cross the finish line, so to speak. I'm not totally ready to meet my destiny. I'm gestating, and God has me waiting. But you know what? Once I slowed down and resigned myself to God's ways, I started seeing all the lessons that I've missed before. Then I started seeing things happen almost effortlessly, and in ways that I didn't expect. And I started to see God coming through, and I started to see the road move underneath my feet where I felt like I've been stuck for so long. Think about it. What happens if a butterfly, comes out of its cocoon before it's fully developed? It'll either die or it's easy prey. What happens when a child is born premature? It still has to wait the remaining time in an incubator, and if it's born way, way early, it may not even survive. It may die. And so that's just like us spiritually. God has us in a womb of sorts, and we're gestating, and we have to wait. We have to wait it out. And it's totally worth it. You may be in that womb right now. You may feel claustrophobic and impatient, and you're just ready to break out. But you know what? When you resign yourself to God's timetable, and then finally you see yourself starting to be reborn spiritually, and all of a sudden you see the light at the end of the birthing canal, you're probably going to kick and scream and cry because you realize, you know what, I thought I was ready, but you know what, I'm really not. I'm kind of scared. I'm excited, and I'm kind of scared, and you're clamoring to get back into the womb because you feel like you're not ready. But when it's time for you to be reborn spiritually and your gestation period is over, whether you feel like you're ready or not, you're ready, or you wouldn't be coming out of the womb. God wouldn't have you be moving in that direction. So for those out there who are spiritually gestating, enjoy it. Enjoy the comfort of the warm solace of the womb that God has you in, and be patient and learn and soak up everything God wants you to know. Did you know that there's a Jewish legend that before we were born, our guardian angel, who is assigned to us, teaches us Torah in the womb for 9 months, and right before we're born, the angel puts his fingers on our lips, and that's why we have that indentation between our nose and our lip, and he goes shh, and then all of a sudden we're born and we're kicking and screaming. Why? Because we forgot the 9 months of learning of Torah that we learned in the womb. We forgot it, and we cry because we've forgotten it. So our mission in life from that point on is to relearn and to remember what we forgot regarding what we were taught in the womb, and that's Torah. And that's what it's all about. So just be patient and enjoy your time in the womb. Shalom and Shavua Tov Mishpacha.